Hi, I'm Justin Pritchard, and this is the XTS. It's the latest brand new big Cadillac flagship, and it signals a new era at the brand as they attempt to attract a younger shopper into their showrooms. Now, this car isn't like those old big Cadillacs of days gone by that were typically bought and driven by folks who were 1,000.
The XTS, and especially this souped-up V-Sport version, try to court that younger shopper after a world-class driving experience like its smaller siblings, the ATS and CTS. And if it's top-notch you're after because you're a boss, this absolutely top-line platinum-grade tester has all the good stuff. With this particular wheel and color scheme, the tester didn't look like too much of a party animal, but the spec sheet reads like a boy racer's wish list. Magnetically adjustable shocks, Brembo performance brakes, all-wheel drive, paddle shifters, great big exhausts, and an electronic limited slip diff in the back. And under here, this brand spanking new optional twin-turbo V6, rolling big power with 410 horses. Competitors take note, Cadillac is serious. These illuminated sills welcomed passengers into a world of expertly trimmed leather, aluminum, and wood with plenty of flowing lines, details, and a sophisticated, warm atmosphere. Cadillac says it's all inspired by the very latest in fashion and architecture, and a passion for elegance and classiness is very much apparent. After all, classy's a must when you're rocking a big Caddy, and so is high tech. This Q Infotainment System clicks when you touch it, uses proximity sensors to reduce display clutter until your hand is nearby, and accepts the same swipe, slide, and pinch gestures as your smartphone. Bit of a learning curve, but slick when you figure it out, which you will quickly if you can work an iPad. There's a 14-speaker Bose stereo too, which is awesome. Technology also lets the XTS scan its surroundings for hazards like a vehicle braking suddenly up the road or a moving object behind you while reversing, and it can issue warnings through shaped seat vibrations that basically buzz your butt to get your attention in a certain direction. The fully digital instruments are awesome. You can dial in anything from a simple limited layout to this full performance meter array that looks like something out of a fighter jet. Speaking of which, there's a heads-up display too. Get the digital boost gauge working, and the two intercooled turbochargers spool into action, whipping up a slab of torque that sends the XTS along on a tidal wave of thrust. It's perhaps not quite as punchy as the boosted V8 engines offered by key competitors, but this overachieving Turbo 6 hauls along with potency and nice sound effects too. Plus, the really long gears really let that torque do its job. But the ride and handling, surprisingly, were my favorite things about this machine. You can't blame me for thinking it was going to feel like they stuffed a rocket thruster engine into a geriatric land barge, but with the hyperstrut front suspension separating steering and shock-absorbing duties, steering is razor sharp, pleasingly quick, and feels expertly calibrated against the rest of the chassis. And continual shock absorber optimization from Cadillac's signature magnetic ride control gets you a comfortable ride, but also very stable and flat handling by actively controlling and even eliminating unwanted body motions. Usually high-speed handling in a car this big is as unsettled as my stomach after gas station sushi, but with the steering, chassis, and suspension guys all working towards a common goal, it made a great big sedan with reflexes and liveliness typically found in much smaller machines, and all with a comfortable ride. I love engineering and secret hiding places.
They've really thought of everything in here. In fact, there's even a special hidden hiding place where you can put your candy.
Complaints: rear seat headroom is limited. The memory seating system was either busted or too complicated for this guy to figure out, and I did at times wish the all-wheel drive system would send more power to the rear wheels for a friskier feel when driving it in slippery stuff, if that's your thing. After one of the world's most advanced and luxurious sedans with surprising handling and all the latest high-tech must-haves, XTS starts at $49 with a top-line twin-turbo V-Sport Platinum tester coming in from around $74. Thanks for watching.